So I'm Angela Pacey. I work for Safety Net. Safety Net are a service that work across Cumbria, working with people who are recovering from abuse, any kind of abuse.
Hi, my name is Ben Oliver. I am the founder of Worth Educating, and I deliver workshops in schools around healthy relationships, masculinities, and various elements of the PSHE curriculum.
Part of our project is Schools Project, and that's our Your Space project, and it's a preventative project around coming into schools with a whole school approach. We link with schools across Cumbria, and at the moment we're working in West Cumbria, but we also work in North Cumbria as well. We offer a whole school approach with regard to our prevention project. It's a Your Space project, and that is aimed towards students and preventing kind of any form of abuse happening to them by educating them through our workshops. So we offer a selection of workshops to students and young people, and we do that through our whole school approach by working with the leads of schools. This year has seen a real significant increase in the workshops that we're offering in schools. I think this year to date we've completed over 450 workshops in St Benedict's, so that's only one of the schools.
So what we've been delivering here today is an interactive sort of deconstruction of masculinity, and that means that the young people get to decide what they think around male mental health and the importance of that. And the idea is that they can think a little bit more about masculinity in terms of identity and the type of human they want to be and the type of characteristics that they value in themselves and others. So getting young people to open up about this.
The reality of the information that we're sharing sometimes is really difficult, and it's really inhibiting because young people aren't used to the topics that we cover. We talk about pornography, healthy and unhealthy relationships. We talk about difficult stuff in relation to their development and their sexual development and keeping them safe.
There's no such thing as online lives and real lives. It's all interconnected, and so they are getting a lot of ideas of what relationships look like. And what masculinity is from many online spaces and influencers. So just to actually get them in a room together as human beings, as young adults, to talk about what it is that makes a healthy, fulfilling, safe, equal relationship, and to ask their peers what they think, and to sort of match those perspectives together can actually be really healthy.
It's about relationships fundamentally. It's about young people looking after themselves, taking care of themselves, and in line with development, then sharing that out to others, taking care of other people.
A lot of primary school age children now have regular access to online spaces, some of them harmful, pornography for example, and they are consuming this stuff without having the critical awareness to understand the impact it's having on them, how they see themselves and how they view others. The earlier that we have these age appropriate relationships, I feel is the better for them. I have been in a school recently where a young lad who I hadn't seen for a year, when I did a couple of workshops with himself and a few of his friends, and we discussed what it was to be a healthy young male. And sometimes you're unsure of the impact these conversations will have, but he came over and he shook my hand and he fist pumped me and said how impactful that was to his life in terms of understanding his role as a male in today's world, and how it really helped him to just be able to express that in a safe space with other males. Sometimes I've looked at Angela, probably too many times I've looked at Angela and that went terrible, didn't it? And I'll go to a coffee shop afterwards and debrief a bit, and I'll look at all the feedback and I'd never thought about that before. I'm going to look at relationships differently now. I'm going to ask my mates if they're okay in the morning and not just make it all about the banter.
What we would like to do, I guess, is keep developing this further. We have information requests from primary schools. We have certain schools that just like a piece of this or a little bit of that, because they have their own kind of school development timetables and areas they want to concentrate on. So this whole school approach is great. It takes some time to embed, and I would say in year 2 we're just embedding this in St Benedict's. We've got the whole school on board. It's worked really well. But that should be, shared out, I think, across Cumbria a little bit more.
You're not going to change someone's values in 50 minutes, but you can make a dint, which can then be built upon. I think it can have an impact, having an external visitor to deliver these sessions. They might even think along the lines of, well, if someone's here talking about it, maybe it's worth me listening and investing my time in this because it's relevant and valuable to me as a person.